Welcome back for a new deep dive. Today, we're peeling back the layers on bath fittings, specifically ORIO bath fittings. Our mission, as always, is to dig into the sources and pull out the key insights on, well, their approach to quality, how they're growing, and some surprising innovation, too. You might be quite intrigued by what we found.
Absolutely. Yeah, the sources really highlight ORIO's presence across India. It's quite impressive. And what stands out isn't just, the look of the products, the aesthetics, but this real emphasis on technical superiority. That's a key thread we should probably follow.
Okay, yeah. Let's dive right into that product quality then. The sources were very specific here. They stressed ORIO's commitment to using 100% brass. And get this, with a really high 61% copper content in their faucets.
Right, and that copper percentage, it's not just a number, is it? It really speaks to durability, fighting off corrosion, basically a much longer lifespan for the faucet.
Exactly. It feels like a strategic choice.
Mm-hmm.
In a market where maybe others might use lower grade stuff, alloys, this seems like setting a benchmark. Customers might not even notice up front, but years later, they probably will.
And connected to that, they use neopearl aerators.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating. Neopearl, well, they make these tiny, really precisely engineered parts right at the tip of the faucet.
Ah, the aerator, right?
Yeah, they mix air into the water, so you get that soft, splash-free flow. Luxurious, almost. But it also makes it more water efficient.
And that's tech you usually find in, top-tier international brands, isn't it?
Precisely. It shows a real focus on the user experience right down to the, the feel of the water.
Okay, so it's not just about shipping in fancy components. This links back to their manufacturing, right?
Yeah.
They're proudly made in India. State-of-the-art facilities in Morbi, Gujarat.
Morbi, yeah. Which, for anyone listening who doesn't know, is basically India's hub for ceramics and bathware. It's huge.
So being there, it lets them tap into local expertise, established supply chains, skilled workers. And they blend that with German spindle technology for the precision.
It's a great example, really, of how local manufacturing can actually hit, maybe even beat, global standards.
Yeah, it really makes you think. Okay, so beyond the product itself, the sources talked a lot about their expansion strategy.
Right.
It sounds like they're not just, selling things. They're building a whole network, pan-India.
That's right. It's about satisfied customers, sure, but also expert plumbers and really motivated distributors. They've expanded into multiple states already. And their model is interesting. They appoint just one exclusive distributor per district.
One per district. Huh. Why that specific approach? What's the advantage there, according to the sources, instead of just, selling to whoever?
Well, that exclusivity seems key. It cuts down on distributors competing against each other in the same area, channel conflict. And it helps build stronger, more committed relationships. The distributor really becomes part of the ORIO system.
Okay, so it fosters loyalty within the network itself.
Exactly. And ORIO supports them heavily. We're talking on-site service support, a solid 10-year warranty, which is a big trust factor, plus all the branding materials, display boards, catalogs. They make the distributor feel like a true partner.
Right, not just someone moving boxes. And then there's this plumber app thing. That really caught my eye, sort of an aha moment.
Oh, yeah, the plumber app. Pretty innovative for this sector.
So plumbers can scan a QR code on the product, earn cashback points, and once they hit 500 points, boom, redeem it straight to their bank account.
It's quite clever, isn't it? Because it directly targets the plumber, who, let's face it, is often the person right there advising the end customer or even making the final choice.
Yeah, the ultimate influencer in many cases. Yeah. So this app bypasses maybe more traditional marketing and goes straight to them.
Exactly. Builds loyalty, encourages repeat recommendations, creates this whole ecosystem. It's a win for the dealer, a win for the plumber, and ultimately a win for the customer who gets a recommendation from a trusted source who's also being rewarded.
It's a smart feedback loop.
Totally. It shows they're thinking beyond just the initial sale. It's about building these lasting, digitally supported relationships. And the sources really suggest that for any new distributor looking at ORIO, the potential for growth is pretty huge. There's increasing demand, urban and rural, for that sweet spot, premium quality, but at affordable prices.
Okay, so pulling it all together, what does this mean for you listening in? ORIO bath fittings, well, they aren't just selling taps and showers. It seems they're crafting a whole experience. High quality, durable stuff, yes, but backed by solid service, this deep trust network, and continuous innovation, even using tech like that app.
Yeah, and maybe here's a final thought to chew on. How might this kind of integrated approach, combining top materials, local manufacturing strength, that focus network building, plus tech-driven loyalty, How might that serve as a kind of blueprint for success in other consumer goods sectors, especially ones trying to build a really sticky brand in a crowded market?
Welcome back for a new